What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Evan and I make videos about hot stocks, dividends, and options. So if that interests you guys, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss when I upload. Now in today's video, we're going to go over if NIO is kind of in a bubble right now and if they're going to pop sometime soon or if they're going to continue skyrocketing like they have been in the past few weeks. Now, when you guys are seeing this, the markets are actually closed, so I recorded this yesterday, and so this is being recorded right around market close on Wednesday. But at the time of recording this, and we're creeping up on market close here, it seems like NIO is starting to level off and they're going to probably end in the green today. Now, I don't know for sure. They could end slightly in the red as they've been just under neutral for most of the day, and they just broke into the green recently. But I also want to look at a more in-depth chart to kind of show you where NIO could possibly go in the next few trading days, or where I predict that they'll go. And so to look at NIO more in depth, I actually have Webull pulled up here. And so if you guys haven't signed up for Webull, you guys can sign up using the link in the description. And when you sign up and deposit $100, you'll get 4 free stocks. Now, Webull is a totally free trading platform, just like Robinhood. You can day trade, you can swing trade, you can trade options just like any other stock brokerage. But they actually have a lot more in-depth tools as compared to Robinhood. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys use other platforms like E-Trade, Fidelity, Vanguard, and any other brokerage you might use. But once you get used to Webull, it's very user-friendly. And you can see that I have NIO pulled up here. And I kind of want to show you how easy it actually is to kind of look at a stock and do more in-depth analysis as compared to Robinhood. So now I have the 5-day chart pulled up for NIO. And you can see I have the moving average and the VWAP, which kind of help you indicate where a stock could go and can somewhat help you predict when you want to buy into a stock. Now you can see it looks a lot cleaner when I turn both of those off, but I want to take a look at where NIO could go in the next few trading days and how you guys can also use this to your advantage. And you can use a platform like Webull and you can draw trend lines and horizontal lines to help you predict where the stock could possibly go. Now, the first thing I want to draw is a horizontal line here. And so you just go up to drawings and then you choose horizontal line. And I'm not going to go over everything about support, resistance, how VWAP or MACD work or anything like that, because this is more of just kind of a NIO update. But if you guys want to learn about those things, I can definitely do videos about those, or you can just look it up and it's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. And it's not a definite thing. It doesn't tell you where a stock is going to go for sure, but it just kind of gives you a rough estimate. But if we use this horizontal line here, you can see there's been a pretty decent support and resistance line around this $52 area. So with this horizontal line drawn here, we can see that this area around this 52.30 area, at least in the last few days, has had a pretty strong support line. Now they also served as resistance, which is good to see as well. And the next area to kind of look at is right around $54. We can see that it served both as resistance and as support. Now it hasn't been a strong support line, it's mostly been resistance. So we should see, as we've already seen today, NIO's already tested that $54 area and they kind of pulled back, and that's kind of to be expected. Now we could see NIO pull all the way back to $52, or we could see them pull back to 53 and then shoot back up past 54. Now once they get past this $54 area, and if they can use that as support, we could see them even test 55 and possibly go up past 57. Now this isn't really an in-depth guide, this is just kind of a rough estimate to show you how Webull can work a lot better than brokerages like Robinhood. And again, if NIO can bust past that $54 and stay above that and use that as support, then that's when we're going to see them continue upwards and possibly break that high of 57. But now more transitioning over to the research side of things, we're going to kind of go over if NIO is in a bubble right now and if they're going to pop sometime soon or if they're going to continue up. Now that quick overview of support and resistance, that's short term, that's not looking at the long term. But you really can't look at the long term with NIO either because they've continued going up. You could draw trend lines going up, but NIO has pretty much gone straight up in the last few months and the last few weeks especially. So it's hard to draw support lines for NIO because they really don't have any, and they don't have any that are very strong. It's mostly on the 5-day chart, and it's really not even on the 1-month chart. So it's hard to draw those support lines. Now through November 24th, NIO has gained over 1,200%, and I'm sure most of you guys know this. I'm sure if you guys have had NIO in your portfolio, you've probably seen very good gains on your portfolio. Now, the only way you'd really see losses at this point in time is if you bought at the very top. where NIO is around $57 and now they pulled back into the low 50s. But for the majority of you who have invested in NIO, you've probably seen pretty good gains on your portfolio. Now, I'm sure most of you guys know that the Chinese government supports NIO and other electric vehicle stocks over in China, and they're really on board for this whole EV movement. But I don't know if you guys know, but China is pushing NIO as the high end of their electric vehicle revolution, and they're trying to replace Tesla. Now, this hasn't been confirmed for sure, but I don't think it should come as a surprise that China would like their own brand as the top brand over in China. They would much rather a company like NIO or XPeng be their top auto manufacturer in China as compared to Tesla, which is a US company. Now, NIO actually reported their third quarter earnings just recently, and with that, they also delivered over 12,000 vehicles in Q3, and they had a gross margin of between 12 and 13% on $667 million of revenue. Now, obviously, they're still a fraction of what Tesla is worth, and they're producing a lot less vehicles than Tesla. But if you look at the time that NIO has been around compared to Tesla, and the things they've done in that time, NIO is really catching up to Tesla in a hurry. And as of November 24th, NIO's opening price was $57.60, and they had a market cap of over $75 billion on expected sales of $7.5 billion. Now that's around 10x from sales to revenue, and that's actually cheaper than Tesla, whose market cap is $484 billion on just $24 billion in sales. So I'm not saying that NIO isn't overvalued. I think they are to an extent, but they're also not overvalued when you compare them to what people are willing to pay. If people are constantly willing to pay the price NIO is trading for, they're really not overvalued. They're valued at what people are willing to trade. Now, sure, if you look at their market cap, their PE ratio, and their outstanding shares, NIO is overvalued, but a lot of companies don't trade like that. You could look at Amazon or Tesla, for example, or even Apple. All these companies people have always said are overvalued, yet they continue trading and they continue going upwards. Now, it's no surprise that a stock trading at 10 times their revenue is going to be volatile. I think that's even an understatement. And I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen more pullbacks from NIO, or at least more aggressive pullbacks. Now, we know that Citron Research put out a price prediction of $25 on NIO, and they really undercut NIO. And they basically said that people are trading just 3 letters on a moving screen. Now, I think there's a lot of investors who are doing just that, and they're buying NIO just based on the hype and the fear of missing out. But this is somewhat besides the point. I'm more talking about NIO's volatility, and with that price prediction from Andrew Left from Citron Research, we saw NIO pull back somewhere around 14% in a single day. They had hit a new high and then they dropped actually 14% in the red, but then after that they leveled out and they haven't really been affected. So it does kind of make you wonder why NIO isn't having more pullbacks than they've had. And when they are pulling back, it's only 1% or 2%. The biggest I've seen recently was 10%. And really, that's not even too bad because we've seen other stocks pull back 20 and 30% in a single day. Now that's a huge pullback, but with the gains NIO has been having, I'm surprised we haven't seen these bigger pullbacks. It's always been these 1, 2, and 3% pullbacks in a day. Now, NIO is not the only company people are worried about popping and possibly being in a bubble. Li Auto, XPeng, and Tesla are all concerned too, as well as Workhorse and Lordstown Motors possibly. But Li Auto more than doubled this year and they're now worth $36 billion, and XPeng actually tripled and they have a valuation of $52 billion. So with these EV companies growing pretty much exponentially and with no signs of slowing down, it does make you wonder if they're going to pull back at some time and how big that pullback is going to be. Now, I think a lot of these EV stocks, especially these Chinese EV stocks, are kind of based on Tesla, and a lot of their success is due in part to Tesla, because oftentimes when we see Tesla increase, we see these other EV stocks, and the whole EV sector, as a matter of fact, we see them all increase when Tesla increases. Now, it's not always the same when Tesla drops, although sometimes it is, but the fact that these companies are very reliant on Tesla's success, at least as of right now, this could come as a concern to these smaller EV companies, because we know Tesla shot up pretty much out of nowhere in this last year, and they actually have been added to the S&P 500 now, and they've continued shooting up even more. But it does make you wonder how reliant these other EV stocks are on Tesla, and if Tesla slows down, are these other EV stocks going to slow down as well? So obviously, because I'm not a financial advisor, I can't advise you guys to buy into NIO or not to buy in. But if you guys are figuring on holding NIO for the long term, 5, 10, and possibly 20 years, you should buy with the intention that you're going to dollar cost average in or buy on a set period every month or every week and consistently add to your portfolio. This way you're getting the average share price of NIO and you're not just buying in at one point and just holding forever. Like maybe you bought in at $20 and you bought a certain amount of shares and you don't want to increase your average share price, but then NIO goes up to $200 or maybe $300 in the next handful of years, and then you end up regretting not adding more at $50. So again, if I were you, I would just dollar cost average in, especially if you believe in NIO and you've done your proper research and this seems like a good stock to buy for you. Now, for those of you who made it this far into the video, I want to hear what you guys think NIO is going to hit by the end of the year. I asked this about a week ago and I said that I thought they would hit around $60 and they've hit 57 since then. And now I'm kind of leaning more towards the $70 to $75 range. So I kind of want to hear what you guys have to say down in the comments and if you guys have updated your end of year prediction. Lastly, if you guys haven't signed up for Webull, make sure you guys sign up and deposit $100 and you get 4 free stocks now. Also, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like because it really does help out the channel. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you back here in the next one. Bye.